You're listening.
You're listening.
You're listening
to the International Positive Podcast Network.
No, I've never seen somebody wearing a robe who was cold or sad.
Right.
Obviously, you don't know many monks.
Sad monks?
Yeah.
I think monks are generally pretty happy because, like, they don't have bills.
Here's the thing. Have you heard their music? It's like emo of the 15th century.
Welcome to Three Guys, Three Questions, where three friends test the limits of propriety through the questions we ask. Today is a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, and this is episode 9 of season 5. This week we're sponsored by Sindel, Wicket, and Teak. I'm Aaron L.M. Goodwin, and I'm joined as always by Andrew Savage. Say hello, Andrew.
Hey, how's everyone doing?
This is good stuff. This is going
Nub
good.
nub.
Nub. Okay.
I'm also joined by Adam Anderson.
That was so beautiful.
Did that sound like I was gurgling water?
A little bit.
I'm not good at doing Wookiee
So
sounds.
when you edit this, you should just put the Wookiee sound right in there.
No, I should just leave it because I'm lazy.
Okay,
I
never mind
wonder
that.
how they came up with the Wookiee noise.
It's
Like,
just a
did
noisy.
some guy just do it?
Yeah,
And then
the
they were like,
guy
yeah, that's
does
a good
it.
noise. Do that again for the rest of these 3 movies.
I feel like that's how most of the first 3 movies were made.
Just by accident.
Yeah.
Well, it's obvious George Lucas didn't know. If you're new to the show, here's how it works. Each host asks a question, then each host gives their answer. Hilarity hopefully ensues, and we move to the next question. I've got today's first question, so I'm going to take that question. I'm going to put it into a droid. I'm going to launch it out of my ship in a pod that's going to land onto a desert planet. Eventually, we will reunite.
Is this a choose your own adventure podcast?
No, this is the beginning of Star Wars.
This is Star Wars. All right. There's my question. Okay. Before we get derailed here. If you could change one thing about the Star Wars universe, what would you choose?
I have so many opinions about this.
Ooh, I'm ready.
I'm so happy for this. My first thought was that I would get rid of the expanded universe, like canon, because I think it's really sloppy and it's really messy and it's just it's a hive of bad writing and bad excuses.
But aren't they doing that
my biggest
anyway?
pet peeve, listen to me.
No.
My biggest pet peeve about it is that it takes mistakes from the movies and tries to find some sort of excuse for it in the canon. And you're like, no, just let those mistakes be. Mistakes are beautiful. Let them happen. I was going to say that. But then Disney bought the rights to Star Wars and did that already. So good on Disney for doing that. I was kind of excited. And
So you don't want to change anything now?
No. Remember how I said I have lots of opinions?
Oh yeah, I forgot.
I think the thing that's annoying about that though is that now my Star Wars role-playing game character is Nolan Void. That's kind of a bummer.
Is Nolan Void his Star Wars name or?
No, his name's Nolan Void.
Yeah.
Nolan Void.
Just saying.
Nolan Void Skywalker is his name. What? So it's not, Adam. You're not gonna go with expanded universe because
that's already been done. I just wanted to rant about that a little bit.
All right. Well, we're so glad to be here.
Because if this podcast is anything, it's a place for Adam to rant.
It's a place for Adam to share his opinions about literature. This is a literature podcast, right?
Okay.
No? Okay.
I'm not even gonna. Never mind. Keep going.
So what I would actually like to change is all those awkward incesty scenes between Luke and Leia in the original trilogy. Just get rid of those.
Man. Incesty.
Weird.
That sounds like a zest you'd put on some shrimp. It's like, get some incesties on there. Yeah, sure.
Incesty, to me, sounds like a mythical third ball.
What type of ball are you talking about? Like a football or okay?
Maybe we should stop that conversation.
Think of an avocado. Okay? You know,
I'm getting
I don't want
really
to go any further,
uncomfortable.
but that's what it sounded like to me.
The in between, if you will.
Incesty.
The incesty.
Yeah, I would like to get rid of that because every time it makes
It's
me
like the third eye.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you.
But like weird.
I thought we had
Weird
left that
incest.
behind. I thought we were finished.
Is that an
with
actual
that.
thing? Do you think people have that? I gotta look it up. Sorry.
Who knows?
I'm going to be afraid to look it up, but I'm going to do it because I'm that
Okay,
person.
that's.
I just checked and I don't.
Goodbye.
Okay.
I'm leaving now. I'm done. I'm finished. No more.
Come back. Come back.
Goodbye.
Come back. He sounds like he fell into a cup.
Like he turned into the
like,
Thumbelina or something.
like the Indian in toaster.
What?
In the cupboard, sorry.
Yeah.
Indian and toaster is my fanfic.
Are
It's
you
pretty
guys
violent.
done now?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what do you want to get rid of?
The awkward.
Oh, the incesty
the awkward
scene.
incesty scenes between Luke and Leia. And I was going to go into my litany of reasons about it, but I feel like you guys wouldn't be interested.
Nope, you're right.
They just make me feel weird.
I feel like those are weird, but I feel like they're really good misdirection. If you've never seen Star Wars before, it's gonna hit you like a ton of bricks.
But I mean, it's like, it's pointless misdirection in the first place. And in the second place, going back and watching them, it feels like, oh, okay. Yeah, the writers didn't actually know what was going on while they were writing it. And then later on, they decided that they are like, oh, darn.
Well, I think from the outside, okay, so let's talk about this, because I think from the outside, it's easy to see that, but we're from the perspective of, well, we know this was written, right? We know that there's going to be more because we live in the future. Right? So we're looking at it from the past. But, like, think about this in real terms. Like, this guy rescues this princess or whatever, and he's like the hero, and you know, they're both, you know, attractive, virile people. You know, like maybe something would happen. Do you know what I mean? Like, they don't know they're related.
I mean, that's true.
Yeah. So I mean, it's only incesty from our perspective. But I'm sure there's incidents of things like this happening.
I just would rather not be exposed to that awkward situation.
I just think it's like, whatever. I guess you get to choose, so yeah, that's what you want.
Yeah, it's my choice, Aaron. Okay. You can't criticize my answers.
Andrew, what's your choice?
Whiny Luke Skywalker in the first Star Wars movie.
I want to get a Tashi station.
And I don't know if that's necessarily Mark Hamill's fault as much as the dialogue, but I feel like it.
I don't want to clean the droids. It's hard. I don't want to farm moisture.
Let me drink this blue milk.
That's what the moisture is made out of. Blue milk.
Ugh. Picture this plant they're like milking. This blue milk comes out.
Yeah, anyway, so yeah, because I feel like the first movie is pretty much perfect except for that.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
And it's kind of like, I remember younger, I didn't really notice. But now that I rewatched it just recently, I was like, yeah, that's really rough.
See, and the whiny Luke is an instance of where I feel like George Lucas was like, how can we make Anakin seem like, oh yeah, this does seem like he's Luke's father. Let's take the very worst part of the movie and make that the central part of this other character.
Yeah.
No.
Well, the thing is,
like I didn't understand.
I do understand that it's him, like, supposed to be like growing and being like a better person later on.
Yeah.
But I don't need that part of his journey.
It is really understandable though. Like, if I lived on Tatooine as a moisture farmer, I would do nothing but complain. I have a very comfortable middle class life right now, and I do nothing but complain.
Whoa.
What?
Adam, you complain about things?
Did you not hear my answer to the last question?
So here's the thing. Me and Andrew basically grew up on Tatooine.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't feel like we whined about it that much.
No, it was not. We didn't have snow.
You whine about it every time I talk to you.
I don't whine about things that are peculiar to my place. Like, I don't know. It's different.
You're not complaining about not being able to go to Tashi Station and pick up some power converters?
Right. I could go to Tashi Station.
But I wanted to go to Victorville and get some Norma jeans.
Emma Jeans.
Emma
Oh, yeah.
Jeans.
Dang it.
Goodbye, Emma Jeans.
Anyway, I think it would have been a lot.
I just sung that to Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. I just realized. I crossed Candle in the Wind with Goodbye Yellow Brick Road in my mind.
5,000 candles in the wind.
We know that you're going to land.
Back to my answer. I think I would be able to stand his whininess if just Ben Kenobi just like hit him in the side of the head like 2 or 3 times. Like, stop it.
Stop it.
Yeah.
I gave you this lightsaber and I could kill you with it.
Yeah, it seems like in the first movie, back to the whole idea of the writers didn't know there was going to be more. Like, Obi-Wan is kind of like, doesn't seem to have a handle on the importance of Luke, because he just doesn't, he's like, what's his good, like, you know what I mean? He doesn't seem like he's fully invested.
Yeah.
He's not fully incested.
Okay, I'm done with my answer. Move on.
Just because you want me talking about something else.
It kind of would have been nice if Obi-Wan, like, because you know how Obi-Wan saves him in the cantina or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
What if Obi-Wan just let him get beat up a little bit?
Let him go through the School of Hard Knocks.
Like, Obi-Wan didn't need to cut off that guy's arm. He could have just been like, yeah, Luke could use a little roughening up.
I want to see that. All right, well, let's go back and add that in.
Okay.
Let's create.
Yeah, we could just do it CGI. We could do it all in post.
Yeah,
because that works every time we do it.
It'll look. What it will look like is it'll look like what's that creepy motion capture stuff that they do for like the Polar Express? It'll look like that, superimposed over shots of Tatooine and stuff. Okay, my answer is something that I didn't think about it, and then all of a sudden one day it just kind of occurred to me. Why don't Wookiees wear pants?
I don't know. Why don't dogs wear pants?
Dogs don't walk around on their hind legs.
Dogs don't carry around guns and have bandoliers and live in the same places that we live. It's different. It's
Actually,
very
that's a
different.
really good point.
Like, who would want to pilot the ship after a Wookiee? Like, who would want to tag him out and sit in that seat if you know there's gonna be like, dude, there's gonna be like a bunch of dingleberries and stuff.
Dude,
it's gonna be bad.
he gets bathed regularly.
But I mean, like, I don't know. It just seems to me that it doesn't make sense why he would have a hairy butt and hair all over there, and it wouldn't be messy. He needs to wear like a diaper or something.
I guess it would be messy. Like, say if he did have to use the restroom, like having to part the hair.
There's a special artisanal Wookiee bathroom comb.
Yes.
Let me write that down. Marketing idea. Artisanal Wookiee bathroom comb.
What's a better term
toilet
for
comb?
Almost.
Comb de toilette.
There you go.
99% sure that there's an in-universe explanation for this. Like, there's some scene in some book somewhere where the Wookiee has gone to the bathroom.
I don't know.
And that's one of the reasons I want to eliminate that whole thing. Just that whole business. Just get rid of it.
Yeah. Oh, hey, look, there's this Reddit about it that Adam just sent us. Star Wars. How do Wookiees clean themselves up after pooping? And Dagwood111 has 21 points for his answer. Old joke. A bear and a rabbit are taking a dump. Bear asks Rabbit, do you have a problem with sticking to your fur? Rabbit says no. Bear wipes ass with Rabbit. Thanks, I'll be here all week.
That's the worst joke I've ever heard.
It's the world's worst joke. Maybe.
I don't know, but these are just kind of things I think about.
Because there isn't any other real problems in the world, so...
Look, this is the only thing I want to change about Star Wars.
That's pretty good. Just have him wear some pants, or just not be hairy?
No, because then...
I think getting rid of the hair would be worse.
If he's not hairy there's nothing to cover up what's underneath the hair.
Well, I mean, then he'd wear pants, I guess.
Well, then just cut to the chase and wear pants.
Okay.
I want him to wear like a pair of shorts, like the Sasquatch mascot for like the Phoenix Suns.
Just
wait,
like a pair of Daisy Dukes.
No, I want to wear like basketball.
You want to see
shorts.
Chewie and Daisy Dukes?
Let's just go all the way and put him in a thong. Like, it's covering all the necessary areas, but it's still hairy.
Even something like a
Speedo.
No.
Jeggings.
My brain is just dead.
Yoga pants.
A Wookiee in yoga pants.
You know what? I bet Chewbacca has really great butt. But we don't know that because he doesn't wear yoga pants.
Chewbacca, I bet you got a stunning butt. I bet it is an onion. I bet it could make a man cry.
Oh my gosh.
Why
Chewie,
are you hiding it under that fur? This is like a reality show for like Wookiee makeovers.
So I was thinking oddly practically about this, and I feel like I could see Chewie in a skirt. I feel like that would solve a lot of problems, and it would be pretty
or
comfortable.
they're like a kilt.
I think a kilt would be more appropriate.
Yeah.
Also, I could see Chewie playing the bagpipes for some reason. I don't know why. I feel like Chewie's Scottish. My question is, what would you use force powers for?
I would probably use it for the least beneficial things to the galaxy, like reaching my remote from my couch without having to get up.
You're just like sitting on your couch. And you're like, I've lost my remote. I know. I will sense it with the force.
Yeah.
So true story. I was at Harbor Freight in Tool. Have you ever been to Harbor Freight?
Yes.
I have.
Oh my gosh. It's like the best place ever. Correct that spelling on how I spelled Harbor Freight, Adam. Do it.
You wrote Harbor Freight.
Yeah, we get it. Harbor Freight is an awesome place because they'll just have these like random things at like insanely cheap prices. They had these little. I'm gonna grab one. Oh my god, over here. Ow! It's a little It's a claw. It's like a grabber claw.
Right.
So it's like extended on an arm, so I can just grab things without actually having to like bend down or get up and walk 5 feet away.
Oh yeah, people in wheelchairs use those because their legs don't work.
I use it because I'm lazy. And I keep it right. And I bought it a while ago and it's just been sitting in my room. I haven't used it. And then I was really sick over the weekend and I did not leave my couch hardly at all because I was just sitting there being sick and not wanting to move and wanting to die. And I started using it for things and I discovered so many things I could do with it. I turn on my AC unit, turn on my computer, turn off my computer, hit the light switch.
So when's the last time you walked?
Grab a drink. I've been sitting for a week. And it's great.
Next, you're going to get like one of those hover chairs, like in WALL-E.
But no, all that is to say, Andrew, I think your answer is probably the most honest.
I'm not going to freaking lie and say, I'm going to save the world or do something interesting. I'm probably going to do even less things I do now. Like the force is like this power. So the force is probably thinking to themselves, man, this guy needs to get a job. I'm like, I'm just moving stuff around. I don't need a job. I'm content.
You don't want to make me pay for this burger.
Yeah. I'd just be a total jerk about it. Like, it's not necessarily the dark side of the force, but somewhere in between, like the gray side of the force. He's like, it's not really that good, but he's not really doing anything bad either.
You're not evil. You just cause minor inconveniences.
It's like the space gray of the force.
Yes.
Like you're too lazy to just go full blown evil. You're just like, I can make, people's days are a little bit less convenient when I show up.
Oh, well, I'm probably not that. Just benefit me. I just really have to. I'm not going to really affect anyone else's life.
That's kind of what my answer is. But mine is that lightning biz that the Emperor Palpatine uses. I don't know why I said his name like that, but it felt like I was picturing him. I was picturing him in my mind, and I was like, that's the sound that came out. Like I was really feeling it.
This is really good listening, guys.
Yeah. Well, it is all audio. You know what I mean? Like it's theater of the mind.
We're not describing pictures.
He shoots electricity out of his fingertips and he shocks people. Right? Is there a name for that? I'm not like super.
I think it's force lightning.
Knowledgeable.
Force lightning.
It's force lightning.
Force lightning. I would use force lightning. I would harness that so that I could charge all of my electronics. I would never have to replace a battery. I would never have to plug anything in.
All your surge protectors, though, would be just blown.
A very targeted, small amount of force lightning to charge things.
You just look at your phone like, oh no, the battery's almost dead. Now I can continue playing Flappy Bird.
Yeah. That's, what is the phrase? Search your heart. I would know that it's true that I charged it with my force lightning. That would just be awesome. Like, cause it's like a mega inconvenient thing. Like, I think one of the things I hate most is I'm at work and I have a Apple Magic Mouse, which is like one of the worst mice ever made, but I have it. And, it runs on 2 AA batteries. And you know, like maybe like every month it starts being like, your mouse's, the batteries are going bad. I'm like, shut up, go away. And I close the thing and I keep working for another couple days and it progressively warns me more and more to where it's like popping up every like 10 minutes. And because I'm me, I don't just be like, go and replace the batteries. I run it till it's dead. And it's always in the middle of something really important. You know what I mean? And I'm like, ah!
What was that?
Yeah.
Was that you shocking it with that scream?
I had a wireless mouse a little while ago, and it was really good on batteries. Like the batteries lasted forever. And one day I got this little pop-up on my computer screen. It was like, warning, your batteries are critically low. And I clicked expand and it was like, you only have 3 months left on your current charge. I don't feel like that's very critical
no. Oh, yeah. But that's what I use it for.
Yeah, my answer's not that different, except I wouldn't even bother getting out of bed first. I would use force powers to just push the snooze button on my alarm. Just first thing I do is an act of laziness with the most powerful force in the universe.
Guys, we're the worst Jedis ever. If Darth Vader was in our world and we were the Jedis, he'd like, dude, this is way too easy.
Yeah, the Empire wins.
Empire wins
down.
every time.
No, well, okay,
Darth
look.
Vader would come to me, join me on the dark side. Okay, but like, does the dark side have naps? Like, can I stay in bed for 5 more minutes? Yes.
Here's the thing. So you're a snooze button user?
Yeah.
Andrew, are you?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, I don't use it.
I've started putting my alarm clock like away from my bed, so I would have to get up and push this, like turn it off and then go do things. But what happens is I get up and I just push the snooze button and then I look at my bed and I'm like, that's only like 2 steps away. And then I go and I collapse in it.
Right. Whatever part of your mind that's good at rationalization is like strongest in the morning. Like when you first wake up. At least it is for me. Like I could rationalize anything if you woke me up. This is why I'm going to be a terrible husband and father. Because if someone wakes me up and they're like, can I have $30, Dad? And I'll be like, sure, have my wallet. And I'll go back to bed.
Why stop at 30? Here's 60.
Yeah.
$30? What do you need $60 for? Here's $90.
Or like if someone woke me up and they're like, I'm thinking of killing my friend. Should I do it? Yeah.
Well, there's lots of good reasons.
You know, yeah, that part. That's why I refuse to start the snooze game, because I know what bitter road that's going to lead me down. I won't do it.
Oh, yeah.
I will set another alarm. Like, it has to be at least an hour away, if that makes sense. But usually, I don't have an extra hour to spend in the morning. You know what I mean? Like, if I tell my brain that, well, I could do it for another hour, and my brain's like, hey, dummy, you're not going to make it to work at all. You're going to be an hour late. Okay, and then I get up. So I will not use the snooze function.
No, it's really bad. To get to class on time, there's a bus that I need to catch at 10:17, and sometimes my alarm goes off, and I'm like, is it worth it? So
yeah,
like it's a battle. Like my alarm will go off at like 9 o'clock, and I'm like, I don't know if it's time to get up yet.
I remember one time I was thinking about using the snooze button, but I had a roommate who was a consummate snooze button user, and he had like the world's loudest alarm that was like,
Anyone listening to this while asleep is now awake.
And it goes off in the morning or later, actually, at a different shift. It would go off, and I'd be like, "Turn your alarm off!" And then he'd wake up and he'd hit snooze, and I would like, just as I was getting comfortable, start falling back to sleep. And I'm like, "Turn it off!" And this is like a 10-time repetition thing. And it was like the worst.
Oh yeah, no, my alarm clock just plays songs.
I would never wake up. Like, oh, this is pleasant.
Have you heard those alarm clocks that get louder every time?
That's what this one did. It would get louder.
So it just like starts slow and then a little bit louder,
like,
then a little bit louder. And then no, that's dumb. So I use this app for my on my phone that's really awesome. So you put it on your bed by your pillow, your phone, and it tracks like your movement in your bed, and it realizes like, hey, if you're not moving, you're in a deep sleep. And so what it does is you put the time you want to wake up by intervals. So you're like, I need to wake up between 7 and 7:30. And so it will tell when you're already naturally awake because you're restless, and then it'll wake you up then.
I used a similar thing, but my schedule started changing so much for work. Like the time variability was a lot different that it stopped working for me, because does that make sense? Because it only works if you kind of have a similar window, because your body adjusts, you know? But like when my sleeping pattern was all over the map, it just stopped working.
Yeah, I want to use something like that, but I toss and turn so much that I would end up waking up at like noon and I wouldn't know where my phone was. Like, where did it go?
So Star Wars.
Oh, it's Star Wars.
Star Wars!
Is it my turn to talk?
You may speak now.
Oh, thank you. Let me, are you going to interrupt me again, or?
No, I'm sorry.
Hey, what fashion
Interruption!
I can leave, guys.
Interrupting Wookiee! No. Sorry.
Hey!
I apologize for Adam, too.
Hey!
Yeah.
So I naturally say hey when I'm telling people to be quiet and listen to what I'm saying.
Horses, Andrew.
Hey! What fashion style would you like to see carry over from the Star Wars universe into our normal life?
My answer is what I'm wearing right now. That is robes.
I was going to say, nobody can see you, right?
Right. That's what I'm telling you. I'm going to rub it against the microphone. It's very soft.
Okay,
that sounds
what a robe
sounds
sounds like. No,
it's like a velour robe. It's a gray velour robe. It's great.
So basically what you're saying, you want to dress like old Ben Kenobi all the time.
Right. Like, cause like you look at that.
I can't fault you for that. He looks really comfortable.
Looks so comfortable. I could do away with the boot thing, cause boots are just like, it's like wrapped halfway up your leg. No, thank you. Like some sandals.
Here's the thing. I don't think they don't take those off. I think that's just that's their life now. Those boots, because they're so hard to take off.
It's like, I got these boots on.
Yeah.
They're forever now.
That's what I think of whenever I see someone with like those boots that have like 8 million straps and laces and stuff. I'm like, ugh, that's like a job to take them on. And no, thank you. If I can't slip my shoes off at the end of the day, I'm not wearing them. End of story. Robes, that's what I pick, because they're just like super comfortable. They're convenient. I feel like the hoods are really good for a lot of things.
No, I've never seen somebody wearing a robe who was cold or sad.
Right.
Obviously, you don't know many monks.
Sad monks?
Yeah.
I think monks are generally pretty happy because, like, they don't have bills.
Here's the thing. Have you heard their music? It's like emo of the 15th century. It's just... That's it.
I loved your monk song. That was great.
Yeah.
I don't know. That doesn't sound like emo, really.
I'm depressed.
What about the castratis?
I think they're a little
like,
bit newer. I want to kill someone.
That does sound like emo. Well, I challenge what you've said, but okay.
Okay. I could be wrong.
But like also in response, Like, you're correct. I have not been hanging around very many monks.
That's true. I could be wrong.
Especially monks from the 15th century.
But I remember I was on a field trip to go see a Shakespeare play in high school. We went somewhere down in LA. We were on a bus, got off, went to see a Shakespeare play. And there was a friar there with some kids. And I looked at him. And I looked at the robe he was wearing, just this like plain brown robe with a rope belt, and I was like so jealous. As I was sitting I was looking at my clothes, and I was like, "Why do I have so many buttons? Why?
Why do I have all these straps around me?"
And I was like I became like really cognizant of the feeling of my shirt in my armpits. And I was like, why is there fabric up here? It's writing.
Why are these clothes touching me so much?
I was so upset.
Gosh dang it, now I'm thinking about it.
I'm not, because I'm in a robe. Adam.
Oh, man. I think that Star Wars style capes would be pretty cool.
But
like, I mean, you have to do it right. You can't do it like the kid I saw last year, just like in the cafeteria, who was wearing a t-shirt, blue jeans, and a cape. Like, you can't do that. The rest of your outfit has to match.
So not superhero capes.
Yeah, like you can't just be wearing your underwear and then the cape.
I think that's a book series.
You gotta match. You gotta dress up like Lando Calrissian. He was a snazzy guy, and he had a cape.
Lando Calrissian's cape is, I feel like that cape is too much. Like, cause it's all like embroidered, silky, and it's got like a big black collar. Like, he's so close to being like a bad Halloween costume.
Oh, I mean, if you're gonna wear a cape, why would you wear any other cape?
I guess.
Just like you own that cape.
I mean, I guess it is good cape
You
weather.
work it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. So that's who else wears a cape?
Darth Vader has a cape. And that's a sinister looking cape also.
Yeah, that's a scary cape.
But like, that's what I mean. Capes can be so expressive. You see Lando Calrissian's cape, you're like, I can trust that guy. He's got a trustworthy cape.
I don't know. That's
I think, doesn't Boba Fett have like a poncho on? Is that like a cape? I gotta look that up.
Oh yeah, he's got like a cape thing.
I just posted a picture into the robot of a Lando cape. A Lando costume. I'm calling this guy Cheeky Lando. I loved it. I'm just staring at this picture. Sorry, the whole rest of the podcast, I'm just looking at this picture. Go ahead, talk to me.
But yeah, no, Boba Fett has a cape, and that cape looks sinister. Like that, you look at that cape, you're like, I don't want to mess with that guy because he will kill me because he has a sinister cape. Capes reveal a lot about a person, and I feel like they're like dogs' tails. If everybody had a cape, life would be much more simpler.
How is that? Dog's tails makes life simpler.
Because you kind of know where they're coming from.
Because you always know how a dog feels by how its tail is doing.
I'm just trying to understand, like, if I have a cape, people know.
And you always know how a person is by how their cape looks. You know Darth Vader's an evil person. You know Lando Calrissian will betray you but feel bad about it. And you know that Boba Fett could kill you. All based on their capes.
The thing about Darth Vader's cape is it's like a robe cape.
Yeah.
Like it's like a double cape. It's got like an inner cape and an outer cape. It's weird.
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, it's like he's wearing robes and then he has a cape on top of it.
I knew a guy in high school who wore a cape.
To high school?
Yes.
Is he still alive?
See, and that tells you everything you need to know about him. My theory is perfect.
It is nothing good. Okay, so this is the same. Remember I told a story. I don't remember what episode it is, but I think I told a story about I started wearing a bib.
Yes, I do remember that.
To lunch.
And
the kid started wearing bibs because he thought it was cool. This is the same kid that wore a cape. So take that for what you will. Is that a phrase I just used? Take that for what you will? Sounds weird.
It does sound weird.
Huh. We've reached that point in the episode.
You need to go to sleep, Aaron.
I only got like 2 hours last night and then 3 hours the night before. I think I'm dying. All right.
Hey, my answer.
Capes.
So one fashion style that I think should carry over, I don't know if it's necessarily a good thing, but I think it should carry over, is khaki everything.
So much khaki.
Because on Tatooine, everyone has obviously robes and capes and stuff, but it's all different grades of khaki.
Right.
And I think that would just make life a lot easier. I think it'd be a little bit more depressing, but it would be easier.
I'm going to not agree with you, mostly because you said that it would make everything depressing. And I'm not like on board with
I don't
that.
feel like it'd be depressing. I feel like I would feel like I'm always on a safari, which I could be down with, because like,
Oh yeah,
it's
I
like
can do that.
every day's an adventure.
Man, now I'm just imagining Steve Irwin in a cape, though.
I'm imagining Steve Irwin.
He's got his shorts and his shirt on, and then just like a khaki cape.
I'm picturing cheeky Lando, except for it's Steve Irwin, but he's cheeky Lando.
Oh crikey! There's Darth Vader right there.
Oh man!
I did like half of an Australian accent before I realized it would be a bad idea.
What's half an Australian accent?
Well, just go back and listen to what I just said.
I remember to do that.
I'm not gonna do it again.
Hot Cheetos and khaki.
Hot Cheetos and khaki.
Remember the song Hot Cheetos and Takis?
Yeah, I do.
That's a reference. I feel like I don't have anything else to say. I mean, khakis.
There it is.
Khaki everything. I think maybe the problem I can't get past in my head is I'm thinking of khaki clothing that you find now, like in normal, like everyday life, like khaki dicky pants and a dicky shirt.
Okay.
That's like a prisoner. Like that's what that looks like, right?
Well, we would look like we were all in prison, but
yeah, that would no. But like khaki capes,
yeah,
khaki blouses. Yeah. Okay, I'm trying to get the picture in my head. I just feel like on Tatooine, I feel like in all of Star Wars, things were a lot more flowy. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I got
like, there was
you.
no skinny jeans.
The clothes were a lot more breezy.
Well, like Liberace would fit right in.
I just feel like that's my kind of clothes, because like I live in the desert. Like whenever I see photos of people in like Pakistan or like India and the clothes they're wearing, they're just these thin billowy shirts. They just look like
they're all swooshy. Like
they're swooshy and the wind is flowing through them. And I feel like, why don't we do that in the United States? Like that looks very comfortable and it looks efficient. You know, those people never look all sweaty and gross.
You know what? I blame the Puritans. Because, I mean, like all of the first settlers to America landed in New England. And it's cold there. So they're like, yeah, it's cold. So
and they're like, buckles on everything.
Yeah.
Buckles on hats,
so
buckles on shoes.
Let's wear pants. And then they spread out from there. And then they forced everybody to wear pants.
I don't think you want to, this country isn't very accommodating for people that appear different than them. Especially if you're from the Middle East.
So if I dress like that, they might try to send me out.
Yes.
Copy. Well, on that note,
well,
on that bombshell. Okay, well, hey, thanks for listening. Remember, your ratings fuel us, so do it. Just do it. Is that a phrase from Star Wars? Hey, you can subscribe to receive new episodes the moment they're released by going to 3gtpq.co and clicking on our subscribe doodly doo thing. We'd also love to hear from you. So where can people hear from y'all?
I am still on the Twitter at ace_sav. So check
still there, huh?
And haven't left.
I'm visiting Coruscant because that's the only Star Wars planet's name I can remember other than Tatooine. And I'm also on Twitter at @ThatAdamKid.
Oh, hey. I'm walking through a forest in an AT-AT. Not an AT-AT, and I knew that, and I wasn't just corrected recently on that. And my Twitter handle is Aaron LM Goodwin. And talk to me about Star Wars. And talk to me about what you would do with your Force powers. Other than that, I want you to remember to check out Wookiee Makeovers this fall on the E Network. I also want you to remember to use your Force powers for good, or at least not that much evil. I want you to remember that khaki makes everything feel like an adventure. I also want you to remember to question everything.
Star Wars.
Do we click on blast off or one?
Do we what?
Do we click on blast off or one?
I feel like this one isn't as
One?
important.
Okay.
Hey, let's do the clapping.
Okay.
Stupid. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2. Star Wars. Karma. Karma.
War.
Karma.
I'm really glad this is being recorded right now.
Red, gold, and green. Sound like Kermit.
Red, Gold, Green is a good band.
Red, gold, and green.
Because it's Christmas is coming up.
Oh yeah, because it's December.
Red, green,
Right
and
now.
gold.
It is December.
Well, technically, it's
Red cups are old. All right, you guys ready?
Technically, it's what, Andrew?
nothing. Technically, Christmas is always coming.
Schenectady, it's what?
There's only one day of the year in which Christmas isn't right around the corner. That's Christmas, cosmically speaking.
People start doing that. Only 20 more sleeps till, or not 20 is all right, but they're like, only 400 more sleeps till Christmas of 2 years from now.
Yeah, it's like a year and a half from now we'll have Christmas again.
They're just really proud that they finally understand how time works.
But there should be other days in which they base their time measurement skills.
Okay, yeah, but there's no day as important as Christmas.
What about your birthday?
There's no day as important as Christmas to make about you. Really? Because your birthday's already about you, but you're like, hey, you know what else could be about me? Jesus' birthday. Let me tell you how many sleeps there are until Jesus' birthday, because this is about me.
I think that's everything. Anyway.
Maybe we should get going, because I only have 151 hours and 23 minutes of space on my hard drive.
All right,
for recording.
Why is your hard drive so full? Is it video games?
Probably because I have like 100 games.
Why do you have
those dang video games?
Why do you have them all installed? Because
sometimes I don't know what I want to play, and I like to just be able to play it instead of waiting for my internet to download it.
Download. Sorry, my mic is having problems. Okay.
Yeah, it was.
All right.
Poor Mike.
All right, we're gonna start.
Is he Prison Mike? Is Prison Mike having problems again?
Hey, it's Prison Mike.
So slappy.
The Dementors. I freaking love The Office. It's like The Office is the only thing that gets me through life.
Oh,
like,
that's rough.
if it wasn't for The Office, I wouldn't be here.
Okay, that makes me a little bit sad.
You should.
I'm not.
We're gonna have a counseling session.
It doesn't have to make you sad because The Office exists.
You should go to church and tell everyone that.
I'd like to bear my testimony. I know that The Office is true.
Just tell a story about The Office and nobody will notice.
about yourself.
Like it's myself. So the other week, I have this coworker, and he started sending out memos about proper dress code. So I started wearing a tuxedo to work.
I don't know if you're doing a fake testimony thing or if you're telling us a story.
It's from The Office. Jim starts wearing a tuxedo to work.
Oh, yeah.
And then the new boss shows up.
And he's wearing a tuxedo. Yeah.
He's wearing a tuxedo. And it starts his whole terrible relationship with this guy. And Dwight ends up replacing him as the go-to guy.
Oh, I love that so much.
I'm living that right now, by the way. Okay, anyway.
Did you wear a tuxedo to work?
Metaphorically. All right.
What's a metaphorical tuxedo look like?
It's a t-shirt tuxedo.
Let's do a show, guys. Let's do a show. Come on. All right. Well, hey, let's.
Aaron, you put Wookiee in the show notes, but it has 2 E's. I'll have you know.
I don't know. Okay.
No one's going to read the show notes.
Thought you were going to say something else. I was really
Yeah.
weird. All right, let's do the next question.
I'm sorry. I'm just too distracted thinking about Highlander Chewie.
No, just say your question.
There can only be one.
Star Wars though. Okay, so I just want to say something on the record before this episode's over. Like I don't remember very much about Star Wars compared to other people. Like people make references to it, and I'm always like, oh, I didn't think of like. I watched it a ton as a kid. Like I would I would take my joystick from my computer and sit it on a table, and I would get a bowl of applesauce, and I'd eat applesauce for lunch. And I'd watch Star Wars, and every time there was like flying or anything, I would use the joystick pretending I was flying.
That's adorable.
I mean, like, Star Wars is like an integral part of my childhood.
Yeah.
But I don't remember like half the things people talk about.
No, I watched it a lot too, but I was thinking about this earlier today because I knew we were going to do this. I don't know the last time I saw Return of the Jedi all the way through.
Yeah.
And because I don't know the last time that I did that, I'm not sure that I ever have. And that scares me.
That's you need to.
But like, I'm thinking back on my life, and I'm sure that it's happened, but I can't remember it.
Well, you for sure need to do it before like next week, like because when this episode comes out,
you're not going to understand what's happening.
Yeah, because that's where it's after that part. You know. What I mean? This isn't like a prequel.
I'm probably going to go do it right now.
Okay.
So. Well, I mean, not right now, but
I need to download the despecialized. I just realized.
Ooh,
because
that's one you want.
Yeah.
Let's.
Or what's it called?
Let's talk afterwards, and you can point me in the right direction to find them.
I have a friend with a. Oh, I just looked at cheeky Lando again. He's so cheeky. Look at him. Oh. I love. Okay, this is the show's over. But I'm gonna say something. This isn't gonna go to the show. This will never make it to the show.
This will.
But
never air.
I predict what's gonna happen. Sometime after this episode airs, someone's going to send me a tweet saying, "Oh my gosh, did you know that Cheeky Nando's is a British joke?" And I'm gonna say, yes. That's why I said Cheeky Lando. Like, I hate people always think it's like they don't get my joke.
It's like, oh, you made an accidental reference. Like, no,
it's like,
no, I didn't.
It was a purposeful reference. Just because there wasn't a laugh track to tell you I did it on purpose. Like, drives me nuts.
Can I read the outro this time? Or you could read the outro in Darth Vader's voice.
I don't think
I don't think that's a good idea.
For listening.
I can't do Darth Vader.
I feel like
voice.
you might borderline be racist if you do that.
Why is that? Is it because Darth Vader dresses in black?
What about an all khaki Darth Vader?
Dude.
That looks like a guy going on safari.
I know there's a pink Darth Vader.
That looks like a dentist out to shoot a lion.
Star Wars, nothing but Star Wars. Give me the Star Wars, don't let them end. Star Wars, if they should bar wars, please let these Star Wars stay. And hey, how about that nutty Star Wars bar? Can you forget all the creatures in there? And hey, Darth Vader in that black and evil mask, did he scare you as much as he scared me? Star Wars, those near in Star Wars, my seventh winner up here, Star Wars.